Peace in Pan-Africanism to all my African brothers and sisters. Thank you so much for tuning in on King Said So with me, your host, Kagiso Hlongwane. And it's sad for me as a young man to be calling elders to order. What Ngizwe, Mchunu, and Julius Malema are busy with, I don't like. This is what keeps us as Africans on the ground. The unnecessary fighting, the unnecessary verbal words of fighting, the unnecessary threats. I mean, unnecessary. A person is not your enemy. The person did nothing to you. You just start out of nowhere. Out of nowhere, you start a fight that is unnecessary with your fellow African brother. Now, for you that might not know the full story, Ngizwe Mchunu is a traditional doctor, a former Quasi FM radio personality, or you can say a presenter, an artist, a guy who is very well known in KwaZulu-Natal. I'm not sure if he's well respected, but he is very well known in KwaZulu. So for him to have started the war with Julius Malema, it did not make sense. Yes, he might be Mkhonto with Ngizwe, a follower. I'm not sure if he's a fully fledged member, as if he has a membership that he has taken or he has registered to be a member at the party. I've seen posts that he's not a member. So for me, it's like, man, what is it that you are wanting from Julius Malema? In South Africa, we have a right to campaign anywhere. That is the freedom, first of all, of association and freedom of movement and freedom of speech. Those are South African human rights in South Africa. You cannot deprive someone from those rights. Ngizwe Mchunu started by attacking Julius Malema. Let's just quickly listen, just to refresh the mind, what he said, how this whole fight started with Ngizwe Mchunu and Julius Malema.
As lutho futhi ngiyakuzwa ukuthi uyapaqa ukuthi uzala kwaZulu phethe mina la kwaZulu. I am the border gate uyolayisha wona amashanga nangakini niwafaka lapha emabhida unankinga kana lokho kodwa laba bakwaZulu uyobacela kimi uyangizwa awukuzokhathaza lapha uba ngazongibone mina ngakini lepo uhlulwa yini ukubuya le uyolontsha ngakini amadlozi akini ezokuzwa kangcono lele koseshakho hambe koseshakho wena hayi la uzosiphaphela la kwaZulu labantu bakwaZulu laba bezwa ngathi futhi uzobathola kithi mawubafuna ukukhaza ukuthi ufuna ukuthini khuluma isiZulu angikuzwa man how.
And this, by the way, was something that came out of nowhere. Out of nowhere. As a Pan-Africanist brother, I was worried to say, man, this statements that this brother is uttering, they are very disturbing. He attacked the Tsonga people by calling them Soshangani. We have educated you on the channel that Usoshangani was actually a Zulu man, believed to be a relative of Shaka Zulu, who had a fight with him and fled to Mozambique. And that is how the Soshangani story has developed. That is how it was told. Now, it was later changed to Shia Ingani because he left his children when he fled in KwaZulu-Natal. Zulu people, you will correct me on the comment section, please. So now, attacking the Tsonga people unnecessary, arrogant, using vulgar words, attacking Julius Malema for nothing. Julius Malema did nothing to this man. There is nothing that he pointed out. The only thing he was saying that Julius Malema cannot come and rule in KwaZulu-Natal. Everything in KwaZulu-Natal must be asked from him. So much pride from him. I was happy to see that Julius Malema is not responding to this guy. I was so happy. Up until Julius Malema got to KZN, and of course he was asked in the question and answer session, how do you feel about the remarks of Ngizwe Mchunu? And he said, listen, I don't know the man. Don't know where he's coming from. I met him for the first time there and all of that. And let's just hear what he said that triggered Ngizwe Mchunu.
Ngizwe Mchunu, I don't know the guy here. The first time I met that guy is there by the students. June 16, yeah, something June. And he was brought by SG to me. I'm like, what is this one doing now on the stage? They say he's an artist or something. I said, oh, let me just be polite. So I really don't care what he thinks of me. He's the smallest boy ever. Even if I see him tomorrow, I will embrace him like I do with all other African kids. I have no problem, none whatsoever. There's nothing personal. Uzama impilo shem, uthi uyazama zama uthi athole imali and support children. Mara uzama wrong. So you must try life different, not the way he's doing it, because now he tries life, he makes a stupid mistakes. Now a car is gone. Out of being excited and sitting on a toilet seat and say things that you're not supposed to say on camera. Look at how much that has costed him.
There is no tribe in South Africa that it takes it lightly when you call a full-grown man a boy. Especially Tsonga, Xhosa, Ndebele, Zulu, and Tswana. They take it, it's an insult to call a full-grown man a boy. But in today's time, it no longer carries that weight it had in the past. In the olden days, when we say ungumsana or your usalo mshimanyana, it means you haven't went to the traditional schools and transferred or transacted from a man to from a boy to a man. You understand? For a lack of better word. Understand? You have not been initiated from a boy to a man. Let me rather put it like that. That's why they would call you a boy. You understand? So that insult is what triggered this Ngizwe Mchunu, which is something that you should live. He said he was talking sitting on the toilet, which is another word of saying he was talking shit. Which is true. He was talking shit. You know, out of nowhere, nobody started you. You just out of nowhere started attacking. Is that tribalism that we are speaking about that a lot of Zulu people have? And he said, listen, you are not going to come in KwaZulu Natal. Now he's giving a threat to the EFF. Africans, I don't know what to say to you. Now he's threatening the EFF to say, listen, you are not going to campaign in KZN over my dead body. Listen to this.
February 2024. We don't get them speed. Ngeke shesha shithi stadium uya kwenye indawo ubontu wezejani uthi uyongena ngifile emabhida usho mina president of the federation awukwazi uzothimisela iplate lami ngidla upresident omabhinga edla ekelokho ukuthakathi lokho kwena ngithi kwaso ukhahlela iplate lami ngidla bese uthi usopolitiki bese uthi umuntu bese uthi umuholi bese uthi ubaba ushika uye ku press conference yotsaka uthi mina ngihlezi kwisithe toilet lutho ziyakhala manje
khale
thank you Mr President.
If you have read Sun Tzu, The Art of War, you know that you don't announce your battle strategy to your enemy. You don't do that. You don't do that. If indeed Ngizwe think that he's got the manpower to stop a gathering of the EFF, of which it is impossible, not even the police can stop the gathering of the EFF. There isn't a chance anyone can stop a gathering of the EFF at the stadium. There isn't. You're just not going to be able to. And you can't be stupid enough, foolish enough to announce that you're going to attempt to stop it. Because now, if you announce, then we can prepare for you, my brother. We can go to the police, get an affidavit against you. You are not allowed to be in the proximity of the stadium. We can monitor. Like you cannot make a press conference, a full press conference threatening Julius Malema. To his credit, though, he did apologize to Tsonga people. Say, listen, I got excited. I was not supposed to uh, insult the Tsonga people, the Shangan people. I'm sorry, but I wanted Julius Malema. My aim was for Julius Malema. If you go online and go and check the full interview, I'm not gonna play that whole nonsense. He's speaking rubbish, literally. Another African brother threatening another African brother in this time and age. Why is he threatening him? No, because you are not supposed to come and campaign in my area. Who told this guy that he's the Zulu king? Can you Zulu people call your brother to order? Call your brother to order. Because the mistake that we make, and I see it a lot in my workplace and everywhere actually. Because some of us, we've got respect and we are kind and we are soft spoken. Well, I'm not soft spoken, but we are not aggressive with a high tone and always threatening people. People think because they do that, it means that we can't do it. You understand what I'm saying? Some other tribes, like my tribe, we don't start fights. My father always taught me when I was growing up that, my son, don't start a fight. This was at school because I was in a lot of racist schools. The most racist one I was in is Lar School Alma in how can I describe, in Limpopo? How can I describe it? How can I describe Falvater? In that areas of Falvater, there's a place called Alma. I'll see if I can get some visuals of it and paste it here. That school Alma was a very racist boarding school that I was in, and I was involved in fights always. And my father said, listen, don't start fights. I never taught you how to start a fight. But my father will always finish by saying, if someone starts a fight with you, make sure you finish it. And that's what I tell my son. Don't allow anyone to bully you. Absolutely no one must bully you, Africans. No one, even your fellow African brother, no one must bully you. So I'm so disappointed in Ngizwe Mchunu for starting a fight. I'm disappointed that he does not, as a Zulu person, he does not have the militant strategy and the fighting strategy that Shaka Zulu had. If you were actually aiming to stop the ear, of which you can't, there wasn't a scenario where you can stop it unless you place a bomb there and bomb people. You don't announce it. You don't announce it. You don't announce it. The problem is you think that Julius Malema is weak. That's the problem. You think that Julius Malema, you think they will start a party for 10 years and they want to campaign in KwaZulu-Natal, they will allow someone like you to stop them. But Julius Malema are ready to die. And unfortunately for you, Julius Malema walks around with people that are ready to die for him. I'm sure you've got also your own brothers and sisters, that your own small little army there that are willing to disrupt the whole thing. But it's not worth it, my African brother. Refrain from such actions. We don't want our political campaigning to make headlines in Africa with blood being shed for now. Because if we ask you, African brothers, what is it that you are, if you go to the king and you say, what is the matter? What are you gonna say the matter is? So we don't want people to die unnecessary. Those who are supporting him, please tell him to withdraw this thought of mind of trying to fight a fellow African brother for trying to campaign in KwaZulu Natal. Barking, the EFF will be at Moses Mabhida on the 10th of February. There is no one that's gonna stop them. They have paid. They have done everything that they need to do. The logistics have been planned. Their buses have been planned. People will be coming from all corners of South Africa going to Durban. There is no way an individual and his group can stop. I'm telling you, not even the police can stop the EFF from going in there and making a spectacular, because they need to do one better from the FNB Stadium. They need to do something spectacular there. So we want to see that. We want to see political parties campaigning freely without the threat of violence to them. It's so heartbreaking to see this. But anyway, just wanted to take this one out of the way, and because I saw the video, I was like, if we don't say anything as Pan-African, it is like we are silent, and we are maybe sometimes it will look like we are weak and afraid of other people. We're not afraid of anyone. In fact, as a Pan-Africanist, you must be prepared to get into war at any stage and time, to die for the Pan-Africanist, the African agenda, anytime. But it will be a shame if I had to die for the African agenda by the hands of my fellow African brother. Let me be killed by the enemy. Let me not be killed by my fellow African brother. You get what I'm saying? If you haven't already, please click the subscribe button. Make sure that you click the bell icon so that you get notified every time your boy King uploads content. And leave your thoughts on the comment section. I'm very curious to hear what you guys say about Ngizwe Mchunu's comments. So disappointing. Peace in Pan-Africanism. I salute you.